thick all the way up to the wrist. What's up guys, my name is Matt. I'm a competitive arm wrestler, and today we're going to talk about wrist extension. Right, so in arm wrestling or any sport, it's good to be balanced. Arm wrestling, there's a lot of wrist flexion movements like this. A lot of sports, there's a lot of wrist flexion. It's bringing something closer to you, grappling, or in your job, you're bringing things closer. There are sports where you use wrist extension, like tennis in the backstroke. Honestly, I can't think of a lot of other sports where you use it. You do use it in arm wrestling, in a top roll. So when you come in for a top roll and you pronate over and you're coming back, you're using your wrist extension, okay? So there's pressure on the back of your hand when you top roll, especially when you come out wide, or if you're in a king's move or you're in a top roll like this and someone's trying to flop wrist press you, you are using this. So it's not a huge muscle group, like it's not a big power move, but it is being used, so you don't want it to be weak. If this muscle group is weak, then it's gonna get injured, you're gonna get tennis elbow. And I always get tennis elbow because this is a weak muscle group for me. I am training it heavier now. You can do reverse curls like this, that will strengthen this. But I also do a lot of volume on this just to keep it healthy and conditioned. And you wanna use light weight with this. This is like 2.5 pounds. You don't need a lot of weight when you're doing volume for wrist extension. You don't wanna get tendonitis, which is what tennis elbow is. Tendonitis is very early stages of some type of a tear. It's this inflammation. You can get rid of tendonitis. The farther it progresses, the more difficult it is to get rid of. So you don't wanna go too heavy on this. You wanna go light. And then same thing when you're doing your reverse curls. So something like this, this is only 45 pounds. You don't wanna go too heavy. And especially in the reverse curl like this, you wanna do a weight that you can control anywhere in the movement. You don't wanna do a weight that you can't control anywhere in the movement, because you're just increasing your risk of getting an extensor injury here, which takes forever to get rid of. So yeah, for conditioning, blood flow, very light, 2.5 pounds or lighter. I do 50 reps. You can do 1 set to 3 sets of 50. For the reverse curls, I'm just doing sets of 10. I'm doing 12 sets of elbow flexion. So I'll just do 4 sets of reverse, 4 sets supinated, and then 4 sets hammer. And I'll do that twice a week. So it's about 24 sets a week for elbow flexion. That's for a volume period. Also, it makes your forearms look massive when you work the wrist extensors. It just really rounds out your form. You can see my form is thick all the way around, thick all the way up to the wrist. There's just a lot of muscles in there that I've been able to develop just from doing all these boring exercises and movements of the hand and wrist.